Camavinga was the reason for Madrid loss against Bayern Munich, and clearly you saw that game that Michael Olise was just outstanding for Bayern Munich. It was the reason you see Bayern Munich had that decent game, second half, all through because this guy has been amazing for Bayern Munich. Now let's discuss as regard of Camavinga now. Camavinga for this season, I've said a lot as regard Camavinga because his level of play is no longer on that level you used to know because he make a lot of good runs, a lot of poor tackle, a lot of mistakes on the final third for Camavinga, and that is not good. It clearly shows this guy is rusty. This guy needs to leave the club because it reminds me of Nicolas Jackson back then at Chelsea and even at Bayern Munich. Why you see Bayern Munich does not use Nicolas Jackson in big games because of what poor tackles and decision making on the final third, missing a lot of key chances. Not like probably you don't see these players have some certain quality, but you see these two common mistakes: poor tackles and you missing chances. No big club will want to use it for big games, because of waiting anything could happen. Now you watch this game. First half, Real Madrid dominated that game. Real Madrid were even more clinical in front of goal when you check the chances Real Madrid had in that very game. Second half, they were trying to hold on to play. They brought you Camavinga so that this game is likely either they'll win this game by a extra goals when the game was on the 4-2 because trying to hold on to play and play on the counter against Bayern Munich. They brought you on, where say there's no Tulani because if there's Tulani, definitely Kamavinga won't be in this game. I know that for sure. Now, the few minutes you had, you were supposed to hold on play. You were supposed to make a lot of good runs, and keep the tempo of the game high for Real Madrid. You just, in a twinkle of minutes, you got too many cards you were recorded. Clearly shows you don't know what you're doing. You're not matured enough to be in that top level games. You know, so you have collected a lot of cards. I will talk. You don't collect many cards for the season. Check his stats as guy for the season. Check his tackles from Kamavinga. You'll see the reason why you don't use Kamavinga that much. Or waiting, he tackle history. You get so this was the reason why Real Madrid lost this game against Bayern Munich. In as much Real Madrid they have not really been they're being a bit poor, but we all know Real Madrid get the quality. So in big games, this guy could turn up, and that was what happened. So it's not like probably you talk down on Real Madrid that Real Madrid did not play some good level of football. In as much they lost that game against Bayern Munich, the game was worth watching. It was quite entertaining. That was what people really paid money to go and watch good football. So this was the reason why Real Madrid lost. And now let's speak as regard for Michael Olise. Michael Olise is likely to win the Ballon d'Or for me because he has been one of the key factors for Bayern Munich for the season. His level of play is one being one. Him being clinical in front of goal is something for us to talk about. If you want to compare one of the best left winger in the world currently, we're talking about Yamal and Michael Olise, and him likely to win the UEFA Champions League is on a high level. Him likely to win the World Cup also is on a high level. Him likely to win the Ballon d'Or is on a high level. You get it? So the guy has been quite amazing and it's really something for us to talk about. A guy who Michel, as a Chelsea fan, it was a dream true for us could have been able to sign this guy at Chelsea, but this current ownership of Chelsea made us lose the opportunity to get some level of top quality players from the likes of Michael Lisa, Victor Osimhen, Semenyo, and so many players, and you could see the reason why the likes of some of the top players, Cucurella and Enzo Fernandez, come to speak out because they understand what the fans really feels and the level of structure Roman Abramovich left for this very club. And definitely, it is what it is currently because everybody have been able to see what this new ownership, what they are trying to hide other, the Strasbourg project, and you cannot compare Chelsea to the Strasbourg project. Chelsea is a high level club compared to Strasbourg. Strasbourg is doing fine. You could have left Lamros at Strasbourg and let Maresca build on a top project with Maresca, give him the right players. Clearly, you see what top players are doing on the pitch and what you have at Chelsea. Your João Pedro could only try. He cannot give you a top level performance week in, week out, season in, season out. These guys are going to be at the club, but look